everybody! Hello! Oh my gosh. Hello, hello. Is the music too loud? It feels like it's really loud in my head. Let me do this and then turn it up here. Oh boy, do I need a new headset. Dang! Hello! Hello, hello! My headset, if in doubt. Oh my gosh, this headset though. It's like buzzing now. It's okay. We'll survive. I should have had a headset on my throne, although I have no idea what to even look for in a headset. YouTube and computer both at 2%. Your headset does have tinnitus. It'll be playing the music and all of a sudden it'll go, bump, bump. And they'll be quiet. It's doing it now. And it goes, bump, bump. Let me turn the volume up because I'm trying to, at least when I had more music, it was drowning out the weird volume. I don't know. These are razors and I hate them. So I won't be getting razors again, that's for sure. I like my Logitech ones, but they also feel like they broke really fast. I don't think I'm particularly hard on headphones, but... Wireless or wired? I prefer wireless. Great comparison chart headphones. The Bluetooth stuff that makes buzzing sound like that if it's used while it's charging. I have to keep them on the wire because they'll just die. If I take them off, they're wireless, but if I take it off the wire, it just shuts down immediately. So, tossing a coin to the Valkyrie doesn't work. It doesn't work. Is the link broken? Just tossed and there was no alert? Oh yeah, I see that now. Well, okay. Well, thank you for the tip. It says you are a potato. I don't know what's going on with these elements. Thank you for the tip though. I am potato. I don't know. I don't know. These alerts only work sometimes with the stupid YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too sad about going back to Twitch. So it's a good thing I tested it, I guess, because oh god, I hope I haven't missed any before. Because so it works on my end when I test it through stream elements, it works just fine. Just like my alerts for subs and stuff, it works fine when I do all the testing and everything, but when someone actually does it, it doesn't work. Are sweaty ears? I don't think my ears get sweaty. I would prefer like a lighter weight-wise, just because like when I'm leaning down and drawing, the headsets tend to lean forward and it hurts my ears. Adventure. And finally on a day I'm not busy. Yay! Why can't you read? Gotta love it when things don't work in actuality. Yeah. You just use contacts through your headset. Embrace the LARP. Big LARPing hours. You get ear chafe if my headphone pad starts to wear out. Yeah. I don't have an issue with that so much. It's just like when I'm leaning, like, that was another issue with the Logitechs where they were heavier, so they would like fold my ears. And you can see they're pretty big. So like when they folded after like an hour or so, it really started to hurt. HyperX. Okay. Swordens or Bust? I haven't even heard of that. 100% not working. Well, thank you for the second tip. I don't know. Because there was a bunch of subs not working too, but then one worked randomly. I feel like YouTube doesn't push out the stuff to the stream. Oh, they're ePro, not headsets. Oh. HyperX is very based. Hard time with the headsets, to be honest. Yeah, see, I don't have to worry about that. Oh, just remember how to... Okay. HyperX. Okay, I'll look at HyperX. Hey, Speed, we're gonna last week. Are we gonna get last week's models today? Oh yeah. I'm sorry, guys. It's a lot. It's a lot to take over. Let me think if you're made of money. I am not made of money. I'm a very not made of money Valkyrie. Don't remind you one time. Yeah, Commissar. Yeah, Commissar. I should really start paying Commissar, to be honest. I mean, I could take them out, but then I wouldn't be cool anymore. Yeah, no, I agree. I would wear more piercings if I could. My ears don't like them, so I would definitely wear them if I could without it becoming painful. I'm a set of Sendies for listening to music, but they're not the best for all the time use. Allergy? Yeah. Like I have piercings, but like it gets hyper painful after like an hour, and then they're like super tender for like the next week or so. Hello, Phoebe. They are big and fluffy. It's true. Yeah. So as much as I would love to wear earrings, I just. Have you tried titanium? No, I don't think so. I think I tried like the stainless steel or the surgical grade steel, but that still does it. Which kind of scares me in case I need to have a surgery, but you know. Yeah, so we haven't started drawing yet, so hello. We're kind of letting people come in, just chit-chatting. Titanium is almost hypoallergenic. Don't worry about it. It is a drawing stream. Yeah. Let's still have nickel in them titanium. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, thank you, Kitsu. Thank you. Maybe I can still have pierced ears. Maybe my dream can still come true. So, I'll just go over what we're kind of doing today. You guys don't have to worry. No timers today, so you don't have to stress about getting ready or anything like that. I have 13 pieces. Holy shit, that's a lot. Just don't use metal. Get bone earrings. Oh, that'd be cool, though. Kind of creepy, but kind of cool. It's cool in a creepy way. It's so funny. Everyone's like, you're so wholesome and fluffy. And I'm like, yeah, but I like bone and blood and dark things and ripping and ah. It's true. Fundamentals. Yeah, so we are going to go way back, way back to the basics, and we're just gonna work on drawing shapes. We're gonna draw really basic shapes, and we're gonna tumble those shapes and layer those shapes and do that sort of thing. Because I was kind of going over, I was like looking at the last couple streams we did, and I was like, man, like some of this stuff still seems like a little rough. And it's not you guys, it's actually me, and I didn't want to talk about it because it's honestly kind of embarrassing. But the whole, well, not the whole reason, but the 65% of the reason for me doing these kinds of streams is because I need to improve. And I'll be honest, I've been drawing for a very long time, and I skipped the basics. I have some formal art training, but it was in like a high school situation or a very specific like short class, like summer camp type situation. So you can't like, you know, it's not like a college class where you spend an entire like semester with very long classes, you know, studying like the super basics and then like building on that. It was like, okay, this, now this, now this, now this, now this, now this, you know, it was all very, very fast, very quick. And I honestly got a lot of bad habits that not only slow me down, but it affects my art in a way that I don't like. So part of the reason why I didn't do like a showcase, you know, like last year I did the showcase of 2021 art, and I didn't do one this year for 2022 because I was really thinking about it. I'm like, I'm not super duper happy with my art from last year. I was super duper happy with my art from 2021 because I feel like I made a big improvement between really before that and 2021. So I was proud of that, but last year I feel like I kind of didn't make a big improvement, and And while I liked a lot of my art, I don't feel like it really had what I wanted. So that was the reason why I decided to do this. So it was just, I need the foundations, and I knew I had to practice, so I figured why not, you know, bring people with me, because I knew a lot of people wanted to start drawing. Because I do have a lot of bad habits. I need a lot of assistance when I'm drawing poses, when I'm doing body forms to get the anatomy right. Like I'll use these guys all the time. Where did you go, sir? Where are you, sir? Madam? There you are. You know, and I'll use these guys, and I'll turn them, and I'll twist them, and I'll try to prop them up and make them, you know, do what my head is telling me to do, and it takes forever. It takes so much time to even just get those set up, and then you have to start drawing, and then by the time you get a chance to actually start drawing, you're so frustrated because you're just messing around with the model. And the models aren't perfect. They're actually far from perfect. They're very stiff. So it's not how I want to draw. So I know we were talking about it in the Discord a little bit earlier today, but like I need the basics too, because I have given myself a lot of bad habits by just speed running to the pretty pictures. So that's you know, there is hope to help you guys, but it was mostly for selfish reasons that I'm doing these. So we can all kind of go through the journey together. So I was you know, doing that. I was looking at the, it doesn't help that Van is all here being a genius, making me feel bad. Yeah, so I was just going through our last couple of streams, and I was like, man, these are actually kind of hard for me. And I'm like, and they look okay, but I'm kind of like cheesing it a lot, and I wasn't really happy with what I was making. So I thought we'd just go all the way back. So I was doing a lot of research last week and this week about like what that really meant. So we're gonna just draw shapes and tumble some shapes and layer some shapes. All anatomy is stored in my brain. Yeah. Okay, Beaver. Practicing chasing dream you'll never quite achieve. And Joe Bookers. I'm trying to catch up with chat quick. You were drawing a much different style when I started following you. Yeah, there was, yeah. Well, and actually what I started doing now this year, I actually like a lot better than what I was doing. So I wanna do more of that. I'm out here having only completed 5 comms in a year. I have like 6, I think. So, are we gonna do it like a Mickey Mouse face? Not quite. Sorry. I drank some water, now I'm trying not to burp. So, Weeboo was very kind to offer up a reference that he was using. So I'm just gonna do a breakdown of the reference, and then just to kind of explain why we're doing what we're doing, and then we'll get into drawing it. Some kind of Luke god or something. So, yes. Kakazi? So this is not my art. Oh, I was gonna draw a little. Hold on a second. I'm sure it's fine, but it is YouTube, so I don't know. So we're just gonna... we'll just do a little... We'll have a little censor as a treat. Yeah. So this is not my art. It's Kakazi? Kais? I'm so terrible with names. Yeah, now it does look more lewd. I don't know. I don't know. Kakazi, okay. So if you like giant women, that's the guy to go to. It sounds like. But yeah, so we're just gonna do. I'm just gonna do like a quick shape breakdown and just kind of explain what all the what the shapes be doing. I actually really like this piece because while she's got big booba, they're different sizes, and a lot of people miss that, so I really appreciate that. So while this is a kind of a lewd piece, I kind of really like it a lot. I was like looking at it, I'm like, damn, this is actually really good. But yeah, so we'll just do a little bit of a breakdown. I'll do it on a different layer from the boba covers. I don't know. YouTube senpai, please. And just artists are usually really good, lol. Yeah, asymmetrical booba. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're kind of just gonna break down shapes. Van did a really good one in Tasteful Nudes, if you guys want to look at it, but just from general. So basically, the things you want to look at are planes. So if this was, you want to break things down to the most basic shape. So if her pelvis was just like a trapezoid and a plane, it would look like this, essentially. So these are the kind of shapes. I should have made that like straighter. This is the kind of shapes we're going to be doing today. And then her chest would be like another plane. So it would probably start like back here. You know, like a little box type situation. We're not going to really, I don't want you guys to add a bunch of details and stuff to these. I want them to stay super basic. Let me just do it like this instead. So I was talking about how like we're gonna kind of throw in perspective today, but we're not gonna go crazy with the perspective. There we go, that's better. I was like, well, perspective is necessary. It's not super duper necessary. I feel like this needs to come out more. I just don't want it to... There, that's better. Looks nothing like a... Wow! So then, you know, like, these will be cylinders. So I'm thinking the plan is for the next couple streams, right, would be to... this stream, we're just gonna draw shapes. I'm not doing a great job. It's hard to talk and draw at the same time. We're just gonna draw shapes. We're not gonna draw shapes as bodies, just shapes in general. And we're really gonna take a look at drawing the actual shapes and bending the shapes and twisting the shapes how we need to do. And then here's another one. And then next stream, we'll actually turn the shapes into bodies. So it's gonna be a lot of drawing the same thing today. I know some people like to put in like the, you know, like the shoulders. So then these would be like, this is a hip, the ball and joint socket for the hip. And then this is another cylinder. And this is how you can get, you know, do something like this where it's kind of not the simplest perspective and there's some foreshortening going on, especially with the torso. And this is how you get it done without missing stuff. And then, cause it's kind of tricky because the eye line is like here. So while the shoes are head on, the torso and the head are more foreshortened. So it kind of is tricky with that. You know, and then you got your other cylinders. She kind of got cankles going on. What's up with that? You know, so because the shins are more head on, you wouldn't see as much as the top and the bottom plane of the cylinder. If I'm going too fast, please let me know. I feel like I'm talking really fast right now. I'm kind of nervous because I'm not a super duper expert on this stuff. She do be cankling though. You know, and then you got your foot, which the toes are foreshortened. No, we've been 100-meter tall woman. Can you slow down? Sorry. Okay, yes, okay. Yeah, so I'll just go over it again. Okay, so basically what happens, and I'll talk about this a little bit more. So I would always start with either if you're drawing the full body, and we'll talk about this more next time, start with the torso or the pelvis. But basically the pelvis is like a big trapezoid. Right? And then so you can kind of use this to figure out your perspective for the rest of the body. So because, you know, we're looking up at her intersection, you would see this bottom plane of the torso or of the pelvis. And then because you know that we're looking at the bottom plane of this pelvis, you know that we're going to see the bottom plane of her torso. Yes, the intersection. I'm sure that's what the artist called it when he was drawing this. And then, you know, and then you can go as far as to He starts with the head. You know, some people start with the head, and I think you people are crazy. I can't do that. And then, you know, you can figure out where her shoulders go from there. Working the night shift, gonna watch tomorrow. Hey, Hawes! Thank you for coming and saying hi. Also, happy birthday, Caboose! I was saving it for stream. Happy birthday! Ah, see, Van is also insane. Starts with the head. I start with the body. I can't start with the head. And then, because you already have this perspective, what's the word? Established, you can then, you know, work from like the arms, which are just simple cylinders. You can do the elbow joint, and then again, simple cylinders. And then we don't really need to worry about the hands right now, because that's a whole other ball of shapes. And then, yeah, you go from there. So so you gotta figure out where your eye line is on drawings. And most of the time it's pretty easy. Most of the time it's probably like shoulder, like if you're just looking at a general character design, like concept drawing, it's normally at like shoulder level or like eye level. It tends to be, you know, it tends to be like straight on, nothing crazy. But something like this is at her like shin level. So that's really where your perspective starts to change. So like this isn't precise, but the vanishing point would be, you know, like this ish, you know, just as an example. So that's how you can little hearts. Yeah. So like the it's almost like you're standing up on like a building or on a mountain or something looking at this. Sure, if you want to shoot me another one, that's fine. We can go over one more and then get into drawing shapes. And then her head is at a different angle because she's looking down. So then it's, you know, the head's a little bit more complicated than the rest of the body, but she's looking down. So there's also another really good exercise we can do, but I think we'll wait until after. Maybe next week we'll start with that, is drawing contour lines, and that really helps you get perspective down. Let me see here. Okay, good. I'm glad this is helpful. I feel like I'm kind of rambling, but yeah. So what we'll be focusing on today is cylinders and boxes, because it's kind of hard to, you know, do a sphere without shading, because a sphere without shading is just a circle. Yay! I'm glad you guys like it. That makes me happy. So yeah, so like another, you know, so like if this was like an actual thing, like you wouldn't see these lines obviously because they'd be covered up by the legs, and like you wouldn't see these because they're covered up by the boobies, which are their own shape because again, perspective. So like, you know, they're not circles, they're more like mushed circles. What would you call that? I don't know. It reminds me of like a hand warmer, mushy shape. The boobs aren't really round, you know? Boobs, even like boobs from big boobs, they're not really round. They're more organic than that. Oblong ovals, egg shaped. Yeah. Like eggs. Like weird eggs. So once you kind of I'm a visual learner. Gravity do be affecting the boba. So once you figure out the perspective of these certain bricks, you can kind of start making things in your head. You know, if you can figure out, you can kind of start making poses in your head, because it's a lot easier to break down and change a box versus like you know, versus like a whole torso that you drew and put detail into. So, you know, so it's like, I don't know, it's not really good. Just doodling. I think most artists don't want to do the think between chin and neck. I think it's ugly to see it, but it's ugly to see, but it's weird. Yeah. You know, but then you can do this. And then you have your cylinder here for the arm. And then you know, you can use your comparison for weight. Well, we'll make the shapes, don't worry. This feels more like a warm-up. You know, and then you can change the poses. But then that also helps, you know, add your fleshy bits onto it once you feel like you get these bricks. See, because I know a lot of people do the you know, they'll do like the skeletons where they'll do this and then they'll do this sort of thing, and you know, sort of dealio. And yeah, exactly. So like Van knows what's up. And this is how I learned to draw, was this. And I always hated doing this because I always had the hardest time like filling out the form afterwards. Because everything always felt like, you know, everything always came to a point. And it kind of, all my art kind of started looking like a really not well-crafted 3D model where like their joints instead of like the like texture and skin shifting kind of like ate itself. So that's why I don't really, I have a really hard time like filling in the form after I do something like this. So I like this more. I'm not, like I said, I essentially skipped the basics when I was learning to art. So I'm not well versed in it, but that's why we do this, so we can practice together. So, and I don't want you guys to fill them out and have put on hair and clothes and stuff. It's just the basic shapes. Thank you, Weeboo! Build simple lines for the skeleton and direct. You go to the shoes, I'm having trouble. Sure. Let me get your thingy. Oh wow, okay. What is she? She's from Girls Frontline. Why can I not remember the name of the gun? It's gonna bug me now. Oops. She's in the team. Yes. Okay, HK 1460. I was like, it's driving me nuts. Okay, so feet are, especially like this, are a little bit more difficult because one, you're looking at them head on. So normally like a character sketch, like your horizon line, your vision line's like up here. So then you're kind of looking down at the feet. So then you kind of see the top of the feet. But here, we're still kind of looking at the top of the feet, but they're not, you know, the horizon line, the view line is a little different. It's a little closer to the feet. So basically the shape of the feet, so here's your ankle. And if you look, it's just a triangle. See, so this would be like the heel, would be where the triangle, the back of the triangle is. And then this is your toe. So the toe is essentially like the front of the toe is essentially like a rectangle. Like if you're wearing shoes. And then you would just connect them. Like so. So then you'd erase the parts you don't see. And then this is essentially your foot. And then you'd have to, you know, see, the ankle should be here. And that should be skinnier. Take footnotes, as they say. Yeah. So like this foot's easier because it's turned to the side more, but it's the same thing. You got the triangle bit here, and then your rectangle bit. And eventually, like, I don't know, the couple times I have actually sketched on stream, you know, as you get used to it, things will get simplified. So then, you know, I'll just have like the loop here because I know the toes do that. Yeah, Well, if you're just doing a basic like flesh out of the pose or whatever, you don't really need to worry about shoes yet. Because I mean, but yes, okay, no, Jaws is right. Because if you have like a heel and your heel's up, you're gonna draw your base triangle. Like let's say they're wearing like high heel shoes. You're gonna have your base triangle, but then the heel is up, so then the toe's gonna be like down here, right? So then you gotta still kind of connect the thing. But then your foot kind of does this thing where it kind of, that's not right. It does this thing, because you gotta put weight on the ball of your foot, so then it goes like this. High heel shoes are very hard to draw. If you're ever bored and you're like, I don't know what to draw, but I want something challenging, draw some high-heeled shoes from different angles. I tell you what. Because those are also extremely rewarding when you get it right. You're like, fuck yeah! I'm the best! I drew a shoe! Yeah! Eat a dick! Da 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 da. That's what I do when I need some dopamine. They're not as easy as it looks. See, like this is an awful shoe. Yeah. But yeah, so essentially it's like that. So you gotta know where the weight's getting put down on and things like that. But the same idea is there. I kind of changed the angle, but the same idea is there. You got your triangle, and then you have your rectangle, and then it's connected. So, okay. Guess I gotta try high heels. Yeah, I don't know. I like trying heels. They're fun. They're difficult, but in like a fun way. Okay, so we're gonna turn off mommy here. Alright, we're gonna add the second one. Is this by the same artist? Just so... Oh, Hanabu Sarale. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. So... Why is it not... Oh, because I need a new layer. Can't show history? Well, that's because I'm not showing history. There we go. Are you for real? There we go. Sorry, I had to move my keyboard to the other side because it's having connectivity issues. Let's also censor our pantsuit, kids. YouTube senpai, please. YouTube senpai. There we go. I'm sure it's fine. It's not like there's anything super lewd. This is... I'm just gonna write down the name because I want to give credit where credit's due. Hanabusa. So. The glaring red though. Don't look at it! Oh yeah, that's bad. Oh, that's fine. I was gonna put chickens, and then I got distracted by another stream. So the weird thing about this is this almost looks like it's 3D to me. Like this is a 3D model. But just the way the shading is and the hands and stuff. But yes, we will do our breakdown on this. Don't look at it! Use a box and vanishing point, I think. Still never got chicken PNG. I sent it to you! Didn't I? Didn't I? Don't look at it. There, I know nothing about gaming headsets, so I threw up the ones I heard weren't jank, and also a pair of wired headphones that are the closed back version of the ones I wear for 25 hours. Okay, thank you, Gamma! I suppose I really don't need a gaming headset if I have a standalone mic, now that I think about it. Nope, I had to use a sticker. Oh yeah. Well, I didn't send it to you because you said you used the sticker. Okay, anyway, breaking this one down. God darn it, you guys. Alright, so this one's slightly more difficult because there's a lot of stuff, I think we can... There's a lot more stuff covering itself up. Bleach, you're just... Because you're part of the Gremlin Corner, you're involved. So, but her her pelvis, it'd be more like this. She's got a lot more going on. So, pardon me if my angles aren't perfect. So like I said, I'm still learning this too. But if I had to fathom a guess, her pelvis would be more like this. I don't think that's correct. Hold on. No, it would be more like... True punishment is a war crime. It is Robo's fault. Little more on the left bottom, yeah. Okay. Alright, so yeah, okay. Okay. We're rolling. It's not quite a plane, but it is. Okay, there we go. That's better. You gotta get that start point. Once you got that start point, you're good. It's hard with the our glaring sensor. Hello, Paladin. All right. And then you have your torso, which is because your view line's probably like here. Stop it! Stop. Guys are ridiculous. Yeah, we'll do this one and then we'll get into some shape tumbling. And then you have your what do you call this? A thigh? Just in a silly, goofy mood. Why do I feel like you guys are all in a voice chat somewhere? Trying to egg each other on to say silly, goofy things. We're just in sync. That's kind of terrifying in its own way, though. So then, so by doing this, essentially, you can see the foreshortening with things. So, like, obviously, you know, this cylinder is shorter than this cylinder. And that's because this one's coming towards the camera. Don't say chat reflects the streamer. That's not always true. Don't say that. And then her foot's back here. So this is her ankle. And her foot, and then her tootsies, her foot's folded. So then there's another cylinder here, and you would just draw it like this. You know. That's the other cylinder. And that helps you get the foreshortening down. And then her shoulder's up here, Avi. I would highly recommend you guys do this. Just find images. Doesn't matter what it is. Can be real life, can be this, you know, can be your giant people. Can be normal people. And just draw basic shapes over them, because what's going to happen is this is going to sit in your mental library, and it's going to make it easier in the future for you to just pull poses out of the blue. Because even if you have a reference, it's still relatively hard to look at a reference image and go, oh yeah, that's how that's constructed. Unless you have lots and lots and lots and lots of practice on doing that. It's not something that comes naturally to most people. To like 99% of people. And then like her neck would be here, so then her neck would probably be like a cylinder. Hello, Small! Alright. And then her head. So if we turn off the image and the bulge, you can see the basic shapes. And like I said, we'll get into this more next week. I'll throw in her shoe. We'll get into this more next week too, when we're building bodies. But this is just to kind of show you guys the point of, you know, taking time to practice just drawing shapes. Because I know for some people, myself included, it seems kind of like a waste of time at first. Because it's kind of boring to just draw boxes over and over and over and circles and stuff over and over and over again. Oh yeah, I turned off the bulge. Oh no. So, yeah. So that's how you box out a body. And like I said, we'll do more of this next week. I'll probably pull up a bunch of examples and then I'll throw them up and we'll break them down from there. Yeah, so this week we are going to we're just gonna draw boxes. Boxes and cylinders at different angles, layered on top of each other in certain ways and things like that. So we're kind of going to go at random. Not random, but I mean, I have a plan, but so we're just going to add another layer. And this is where the draw along part begins. Also, don't worry. Yeah, Jess. Yep, no problem. Don't worry about me turning my canvas. I draw weird. I write weird. I turn paper stuff, so don't, it's not necessary. So, we're just gonna draw a bunch of boxes. My buttlessness. I had someone go like, you know, you hold your paper like completely sideways when you write, right? And I was like, what? And they're like, you don't hold it like up and down. You hold it like sideways when you write. So, yeah. I don't know, caught some people off guard. I won't get too far into perspective because I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. My canvas by accident once had a heart attack. Oh my god. Because you do need to know perspective for this sort of thing, but it doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna eyeball it. I don't like you shouldn't. If you broke out a ruler every time you drew anything in perspective, it would take forever. Oh, that makes sense. So I was watching this video, and he was explaining perspective, and he's like, yeah. So normally when people draw perspective, and this is the wrong way, is they do this. And then they draw parallel lines to everything. And then they just draw parallel lines. And they're like, boom, you have a box in perspective. And this is wrong! And I was like, what? That's how I draw boxes in perspective. I'm like, what? And he was like, that's wrong! And I was like, okay, why is that wrong? And he's like, because if this was in perspective, like, these lines would be coming in slightly instead of being parallel, and what was it? These lines would be coming in slightly instead of being parallel, and blee blee blee. And I'm like, holy shit, you know, and these lines, whatever, depending on where your perspective is. So let's not worry about that too much, because most drawing programs have perspective rulers. But they're a lot to mess with, and it would just slow us down, and they're not necessary for the stream. So I'm stuck doing traditional. Yeah, to be like completely fair, I prefer to do like perspective stuff with a traditionally with an actual ruler. Yeah, CSPS is like not super intuitive. Every time I try to use it, I feel like it makes things worse. Because if you're like, there's one point, yeah, I don't even know. And then you're like, beep. And then you try to draw on it, and it's like, I don't know. I haven't used it a whole lot. I'm artistically dumb. Well, we're starting from the basics, so if you really want to draw, now's the time to start, because you literally can't get any more basic than this. I refuse. Wow. Thought I had the big dose. Okay, so, yeah, we're just gonna draw, we're gonna start with cubes. You guys want to start with cubes or cylinders? Let's start with cubes. So you can do your standard, like, 1-point perspective with cubes. And when I say you need to do this, you need to do this, like, a lot. Like, you need to have, like, hundreds of cubes and cylinders down, which I know seems really annoying and boring, but, like, honestly, it's important. Think cube. I made a sphere of cubes. So this would be like 1-point perspective. As you just see the top. And boom, we have a cube. Technically it's a rectangular prism, but it's fine. You know, and then you move on to your next cube. Maybe this time do 2-point perspective or 3-point. If you want to do 3-point, you start with the edge right there. You know, and then you do like an angled cube. And you guys don't have to keep up with me. Like, you can just move on and do, you know, do what feels good. So, like I said, there's no timer. There's no timer on this one. So just, you know, follow along, but don't get stressed out if you don't keep up, or if you get ahead, that's fine too. I would expect you to start with drawing a cross-hatch sketch of David, Michelangelo, and start erasing lines with a perfect circle. I wish. Drawing straight lines is hard for me. You know, and then, you know, do a different kind of cube. That is very structured, Weeboo. That's a very structured way to study. It's good. You know, and then you can do 1-point like a different way. And all this is it builds muscle memory, you know, to draw things like this, but it also, it's just practice. It puts these things in your mental dictionary, mental library. Because that's the thing, is you know, we all know what bodies look like. We all see them every day, but you have to put that information someplace you can access it. I'm trying these really big. Maybe I'll make them a little smaller. Oh, I really squashed them. But yeah, you gotta put them someplace you can access them efficiently, which is half the battle as an artist, is accessing information efficiently and quickly. Really good trick I was taught is when learning a thing's shape to turn the image upside down. Oh, like, so like if you're using a reference? That's smart, because then you're not really looking at it as like a thing. You're looking at it as shapes. That's actually really smart. Decision of full image and lets you subconsciously see it. That's smart. So you can look at the bottom plane. So I'll just throw up what Weeboo did if it's okay with you, Weeboo. I'm sure it's fine. This is what Weeboo did. I know some people enjoy more of a structured approach to things. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Excuse me. This is what Weeboo did. Lisa. Where's my shift? Where's my shift? Huh. Things all messed up. So it's more of a structured, so you know you'd start with your square and then move out, you know, in each direction. And that makes it easier for some people that want things more structured. Learn to teach themselves, I know. So I'm not super duper structured. I like to just doodle. So I guess this is more of like a doodle stream. Oh yeah, okay, so this is like you're viewing it from the bottom. The cube thing. I have seen that before. I lied. I haven't seen it like that before. I've seen people do that with head angles, which I'm assuming is like the you know, next step from that. So then, you know, the goal of this is to just draw as many different angles as you can, and then once you start getting comfortable with just drawing like the cube. The cube's got me acting up. The cube in different ways. You can start doing things like making it a rectangle and stretching the cube out, and then, you know, squashing it and things like that. When I do cubes, I just do the edge dots and connect the dots. Oh, that works too. My northern brother. Did I do a cube like that? You can start doing things more drastic. Cole McGinnis? Is that his name? Yeah, Cole McGinnis, my husband, right? He just released a new... He just released a new song, and it was... My mother told me, but it was like in Norse. And I was like, bruh, it's so good. I wish I could play it on stream. It's so good. I should be like, hey, on Twitter. I should be like, hey, please allow me to play this on stream. And beg. Let me think. I'll try like going like this. Ooh, this one's harder. This one's got foreshortening. So I was listening to it in my car on the way home from work. Can I borrow some soiled gym wear? Yes. He does look like he, in fact, goes to the gym. See, now this one isn't as good. And this is where the study part comes in, so I have to figure out why. Your V stream is broken? And I have comments under my last... I have comments from my last video under this. What? I was trouble seeing those cube sizes outsides and not the insides, like, you know. No, yeah, so... Which one? This one's especially hard for that. It's like the blue dress, white dress thing. Why does this look weird? Maybe if I add another side. There you go. That's... You gotta mentally flip it. Blender messes you up with cubes. See, like, this one isn't great either, because, like, it's not... The perspective isn't 100%, but when you're when you're using these to like flesh out, because I know like as an artist it's really hard not to be a perfectionist, but if you're using like a shape to flesh out like a general pose and get the perspective right and stuff, like these actual like individual shapes don't necessarily have to be perfect as long as you get like the general idea of what you're drawing, if that makes sense. So like don't stress out about making them absolutely perfect. I think that's really hard for people and artists. It's really hard for artists not to be perfectionists, I think. Also, I realize I'm looking down a lot. I'm sorry. I'm actually using like a lot of brain meat on this. So I'll probably do more of these in like an actual sketchbook later. Well, so I wouldn't, I mean, I don't know. I know we kind of talked about it. So like me personally, you know, I don't think it's bad to want to get good fast. I think that's good motivation. I think that's good. I just, you know, you got to be able to do it without cutting corners and do it the right way. Because I can tell you that picture you put in Tasteful Nudes that the gigantic joke guy made, I can almost promise you 100% he used a Clip Studio Paint model as a base for that. Just looking at it. I mean, I could be wrong, but just my experiences with Clip and looking at it, it's mostly the hands that give it away. And the fact that the legs are turned wonky. Made that in Procreate. Try not to copy the blocks I already made. Oh yeah, foreshortening is rough. Like it's some foreshortening is easy to figure out, but a lot, like legs are okay. They're not too hard, but like arms are. There is oh the bunny V that I did for the January wallpaper. They that one was rough because the right arm I had to redraw over and over and over again, which I'm so mad because I was gonna record that and then post it up as a speed paint and then it wasn't recording and I'm so mad about it. I swear, excel at the hard stuff but struggle with the easy. It's rough, man. So yeah, so like once you feel comfortable with like your general box, right? Then you can start doing like crazy things like drawing a rectangle. You know, you can draw different angles on it. I know, we're getting super crazy. I know. Everybody calm down. Keep your britches on. We're doing rectangles. Went from drawing trees, rocks, and building blocks to thighs and thigh highs. I watched like 3 tutorials today about how to paint rocks so I don't make curtain rocks anymore. Because Recycle will not allow me to live down my curtain rocks. But box to rectangle works, I guess. I mean, these are pretty much thighs, so I don't know. Right. I honestly feel like the hardest part is converting your blocky shapes into more human body parts. Well, we're not there yet, so... I don't know. I'm gonna have to do more research on that. I think adding boba's gonna be hard. Adding the boba. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it won't be as bad as I think it will. But like I said, this isn't the normal way of how I draw things, so like this is new for me too. So we're definitely on this learning path together. You know? Do you want to say it, or shall I tell us? It's not that big of a deal. I just had this piece I made in like 2016 or 2017 or something like that. Rocks. Commissar likes rocks. And I didn't know how to paint a cliffside, so I just kind of wiggled at it. And like, it was okay. Like, you could tell they were rocks, but they weren't great rocks. What is something? Okay, blah, 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 blah. It was like head on. You know, you don't like... No, I don't want to see the bottom of it. I'm looking at head on. There we go. We were drawing clips at the same time. Yep. God, how do I, what? I suppose you would just be like, this is really what it would look like. We do triangles? So triangles aren't really considered a primitive shape. I guess that would be head-on. There's like trapezoids and stuff, but for like the pelvis, but normally you wouldn't really, like a triangle doesn't really have I mean, it's more like a, you know, it'd be like a rectangular type situation. I was really just planning rectangles and what's the word? Bleh, cylinders today, and then maybe some trapezoids. Pyramids. But I mean, like, in all honesty, you can draw whatever you want. You know, if you want to do triangles, you do triangles. I'm trying to think of like a weird, intense. Oh, here we go. Here's some foreshortening on this one. We'll do like this, right? And then we'll do like another one here. That's how you do foreshortening. You gotta layer things and then. Boom. Is it a cube? Is it a rectangle? Who really knows? You can do that with, well, I mean, I guess this is more or less kind of foreshortening. The perspective on a triangle just makes still a flat triangle but different. Yeah. I mean, essentially, if you can apply it to like a rectangle or a square and a cylinder, you're pretty... You're pretty good. It's a space station. Like fighter jets. Like, so like for a triangle, right? So like this could very easily be a rectangle, you know? But like for a triangle, you just, instead of having it like, you know, like you just be like, boom, you know? A triangle is just half of a rectangle, really. So. Welcome to 3D computer graphics. I'm not gonna lie, my brain do be getting toasty. My head is hot. What's that with Clip? Jaws has got the Clip Studio paint out. So I'm just looking over your guys' drawings in the draw-alongs, and they're good, but I'm not seeing blocks. You guys aren't drawing blocks with perspective, so the... I take the Drifter did a bit. I see the blocks on Drifter's thing. I'm trying to just keep it simple with the blocks. Needs a better cooling system. That's true. That's what happened with my computer. It went, V's brain too hot. Too much VR. I tried to do as much motion capture as I possibly could. Yeah, see, Weebu's got it. Sounds like a twisted block. There you go, Arcus. Yes. You know, so like, let's say, because you're like, oh, I want to draw a triangle in space. So you got your rectangle, and then you just bam, wham, you know. And can I condense this down? I think so. I've been trying to condense these down into like, well, these streams tend to be like 2-ish hours, so I try to condense them down into like an hour or less, so if people want to go back and watch them without the chit-chatting. You know, head out and get the bacon stuff. Have fun with baking! So if people want to watch it without all the chitter-chatter, that's available to them. I managed to play Blade and Sochi for 2 hours within a span of 2 days. I feel that. It's very hard to get stuff done. Why have I made this like really long and going really far back in space? What if I just did that? What if I just made this happy little box? There's something relaxing about just drawing a butt ton of boxes without like a real goal beyond drawing a box. I'm not trying to make like a finished piece. Can draw hips and butts to save my life. Well, wait until we get to circles. Turn into Bob Ross. Just call me Bob V. Can't make a pun. Can't make a pun with Bob Ross and V. Bob Roskard, the Viking. Sure did like drawing those happy little beasts. Damn it! Ah! That was good, Bleach. That was good. I'll give you that one. You're on a roll today, Bleach. What's up with that? Are you just like, have you been hanging out in the gremlin corner less? Is that what's going on? Like that Bleach isn't on a roll normally. No, I mean normally Bleach is like stuck very hard in the muck of D-Gen. The unclever muck of D-Gen. No, I spent all day in the Gremlin Corner in Valhalla. You guys have like a separate Discord called Gremlin Corner? Is it called the Gremlin Corner? That's hilarious. It's funny because this almost looks like this, but it's not. It used to be. Oh, you're more sleep deprived, I see. My brain is flipping these around like crazy. See if I can do this sort of thing again with but bigger. Would the box you just did be good for a torso? This one? Yeah, it could be. Well, because so, like, the view, which is hard without shading, would be like, you're looking down at it. So then, like, the head would be, you know, the head would be here. Like, the top of the head. And then, like, the shoulders would be here. Sort of deal. And then the pelvis would be, like, underneath it. Sort of shtick. But that's what I mean. When you have these basics, if you can draw, like, one box, it makes it a lot easier to figure out where all the other pieces would go. You know, like, I didn't even need to think about where the torso would go because I already, you know, like, I already have the perspective figured out. No, it's the one to the left of this. Ah! What happened? I didn't know you wanted the cubes, Lamau. The one to the left of that. This one? I wish Gremlin Corner was still called Gremlin Corner. Yep. Yeah, I mean, this one would be too... This one's probably too skinny, I think. Probably. I'd probably make it, like, wider. If I was going to use it as a torso. But... yeah, I feel like this one's too tall and skinny to use it as a torso. I'd probably use something more cubey. It's too painful? What does that mean? Now you have to tell us. You have to tell us, Bleach. Bleach, say it. Say it, Bleach. Say the line, Bleach, say the line. It's probably something... gross. Why would you make me say it? It's probably called Genshin Impact Anonymous or something. You changed the picture and everything? Ew. Oh god, he said it. Do you guys want to start drawing cylinders? Are you feeling ready for cylinders or you want to keep doing cubes? Beaver's over here stacking shit. Worst thing I ever saw in the morning. Rip. Alright, let's draw some cylinders. So cylinders are similar to cubes, but however, they are round. So. I always mess up in Blender. You know, it's funny. I clicked a video today, and I was like, it was like how to learn Blender in 2023, and I started watching it, and I went, nope, and turned it off. All right, so basically, cylinders are super easy peasy lemon squeezy. You base the perspective off the top and bottom plane. So the squishier the circle, the more what's the word? The more at an angle you're seeing the plane. So if it's a circle like this, you're like looking at it head on. If it's a circle like this, you're looking at it from the sides. And then obviously if it's a line, you're looking at it directly from the side. At my own, it's basically just VC for me and my friends. So, but you have to remember, you only see one plane at a time. So if this is the top plane, I won't see the bottom plane, but you will see the curve of the bottom plane, obviously. And I'm about to say, to make a basic Discord server simple, Bleach, but yeah, mine is also just VC with a few channels. I have my own Discord server that I'm in by myself, and I put like my grocery list and stuff in it. It's my note-taking spot. Jaws! Stop this! It's just me and my own little Discord. Yeah, so if you make an even like squishier circle. Squishier circle. Squishier. You make it, you know, you can make like a short, stumpy little one. I don't have to moderate a Discord that I'm the only one in it. See? And then if you make like a rounder one, Then you would have to worry about foreshortening. Oh my god, here we go again. Because it would probably be squished a little bit. So on cylinders, since they're relatively easy compared to other things, I'm just going to move these over real fast. For shortening time, you can do things like squish one end. Be super crazy. So if you do like one round circly end, but if you want to make it bigger, you can make a cone. It's a cone. You can do this with these guys too. Maybe we'll go back. Maybe we'll go back to the cubes after we're done with our cylinder friends. Or if you want to make like a, you know, a calf shape, you know, you can have a bigger circle on top and then have it coming down to a smaller circle, but not a super tiny circle, but, you know, so this is more of a shape you would use for your calves of a thing. I'm a disgusting and have no clue how it works. I'm a dingus. And then like thighs are normally like a big circle. And then like a slightly, and then they're kind of long. And then there's a slightly smaller circle. And then you would just get rid of this because we don't need this. And that's your basic thigh shape. And, you know, and these are kind of the same things for arms. Your upper arm, which I'm sure has a name, but I don't know it, is more of a straight, relatively straight depending on the muscle groupings. But if we're just worrying about pose, we don't need to worry about musculature. You know, so that'd be like a good shape for an arm. Here's your bald shoulder socket. Bicep. Yeah, there's a lot of parts of the arm. You know, and then the forearm is slightly different. And that it would be like a slightly bigger end by the elbow. And then it would come to, you know, your wrist is smaller, so then it would be like in this shape. So, things to consider. Battery's mostly made up of cylinders, to be honest. They're not so scary. So like, let's say you're doing foreshortening, right? And you're like, let me think. Your hand's kind of sort of pointed at you, right? So like, if it's like, so you put like your wrist up here, right? This is your wrist. And then your elbow joint would be like here. So the hand's kind of pointed at you. It's kind of hard to picture right now because there's no shading or hand or anything. But then you would, you know, you would draw it like this. And then, so this would be the actual wrist joint, and then, like, if you wanted to get crazy and add a hand, you know, you could make your hand shape. And then your fingies would be sausages. Your fingies are just other cylinders. And once you kind of understand that, it gets easier to pose. Fingies. I don't know, I'm just drawing a quick hand for the sake of showing you guys foreshortening. Yeah, I don't know, the palm, the back of the palm of the hand I was drawing kind of like, it's not, yeah, it's like a, it's more like a this shape, which I guess is kind of like a triangle, but not exactly. So yeah, and then, you know, you'd have your shoulder would probably be here. Like that. The hands are easy. We're gonna have a whole stream on hands, so don't worry. You know, and then you'd have your shoulder here. So when you break it down, it's not as scary to draw these things, but it's also a lot easier to change things. So like, you know, if I don't like this finger, I'm not redrawing all the finger joints and the, you know, the weird folds and the fingernails and blah, blah, blah. I'm just redrawing a cylinder. So it's less scary, it's less intimidating, it makes more sense in your head. Oh yeah, we'll do feet too. Hello, North! Welcome to the armpit, I mean the cylinder stream. But I mean, even like the hand is you know, sort of a cylinder because you got your thing here, and then there's the you know, the top of the circle. Thumb stream, maybe there's not a lot to. I mean, there's like abs. You know, maybe if we do like a muscular anatomy focus, that will be like later in the year though if we get to there. Maybe. Don't get excited. Don't get too excited. Shrine Maiden armpits is a meme. Oh boy. Oh Jesus. So then you can kind of, so yeah, we can start like stacking them in front of each other. So, you know, you can draw yourself a cube. A cube. You know, when things start getting a little bit more complicated. And then you know, put a cylinder like resting against it. You know. I'll make it a little bit longer. So now, you know, things are, you gotta try to keep the perspective between these two things in a way that makes sense. So that's where the difficulty comes in this exercise, is that you have to keep these two on the same perspective. Because if you don't, that's when things start looking wonky donkeys. Have a good night, Van. Thank you for coming. You know, and then you gotta put on another box, but you gotta make sure there's enough room for your box. That sounds bad. I want to fit on the paper. It's time for a new piece of paper! Hold on a second. No, I think this is okay. Okay, yes, this is fine. You know, and then if you want to get crazy, you can add a sphere, but like I said, unshaded spheres are just circles, so it's like, eh. We really need to practice that, but you can draw like a... draw like a bigger box, like partially off this one, if you want to get crazy. Beaver actually did a really good job on his, so. Yeah. So again, the trick is to keep the perspective going with the rest of your objects. This is hard. I can't turn my arm. The mic arm's in the way. You know, then they get rid of this stuff. That looks like it's in front of. And then maybe because this is technically hanging off, you add like another, you know, something here that's kind of hanging off a little bit more, but just maybe I'll do it like here. You know, so you got like a stack of boxes that all kind of make sense together. And that's, you know, this is a good practice. And this is why when you start out in drawing class, 99.9% of the times they have you doing still lifes. Because that's what this is practicing. So, I did have that experience where you just had to, we had to draw still lifes for like 2 weeks, I think. Which drove me nuts. It was so boring and I had no idea why we were doing it. And now I know why we were doing it. So. And now we know why. Oh man, Beaver's making trees and everything. That's a good way to practice. Look at all these boxes. So the trick is kind of to get lost in the sauce, really. And just doodle. An hour is a long time to doodle, personally. I feel like a 20-minute stint is probably a good amount to like do. Like, these are good to do for like a warm-up. You know, this is kind of an extendo session, but that's because we're doing it as a stream. They tell you specifically not to get no. In this sauce, you get lost in it. Absolutely. Eggs, but it looks like I'm egg. There's oh, I can't remember what it's called. Beanie. I think it's called beanie, which I don't really like personally. Oh, I see your eggs. They're very nice eggs. I like the hatching on the eggs. But essentially, you draw the torso. I think we was talking about it. You draw the torso like a bean type thing. You know, so then like this would be like the back because they're like bending back. You know, and then this would be your center line and things like that. And like, it's fine. It's good. Maybe to like fill stuff out. You know, I don't know. I don't personally like it. I feel like I need to fill out the shoulders a bit. But I know plenty of people that use this and are very successful with it. So it's kind of like a personal preference. Yeah, it is kind of like a potato sack. I've heard it called a bean. So, you know, or they I'm trying to think of another one where they're like, you know, where it's kind of stretched because like someone's jumping or something. I don't know. Become egg. You know, so it's kind of like stretched. That's not my favorite method, but it works. It works for some people. Yeah, I don't like how full it is, I think, maybe? I don't like that one. And like I said, I feel like it doesn't really do the shoulders any justice. Wait, hold on, now I want to draw on this one though. It's not the best. But sketches don't have to be the best. Let's find a sketch. Here's some foreshortening because we got the arm and then the arm's gonna cross over in front. You probably won't see it, but you'll see this little schnibble arm right here. A little schnibble bit right here, you'll see. So it'll be like this. You know, so like you got the back, you got the volume here, which is good, but I don't know, I don't personally like it. I don't know why. The shoulders always feel off to me. You know, here's your foot. These aren't lined up, so I'd have to bring the butt down, but yeah, it's a little better. Yeah, it's back up against a tree, I don't know. Something he's leaning, it doesn't look like, it looks like he's leaning against something. I just doodled in front of you guys, what now? But yeah, so I don't know, headless monster. Doodles are fun. I don't doodle enough. There's your headless, there's Robo, headless robot man. I don't know. But yeah. I'm doodling in public. Oh no, the doodles. I'm doodling, I'm cadoodling. Like this should probably be more like this, and then me would be like here. So. Honestly, like composition wise, I'd probably drop this leg if I was gonna improve this and drop this out like straight. And then have this leg up. It kind of opens it up a little bit. Because like his hand's coming in and it kind of closes it off. Right? Which unless you're like looking for him to look like a pouty baby. But like this also closes it off. I think just stretching it out kind of makes it feel more balanced. To have robots, no balls. I mean, we're working on blocks and stuff. That wouldn't be too incredibly difficult, I don't think. If we really wanted to draw a robot. What about Girls from Atomic Heart got me acting up? I keep wanting to watch that and I keep forgetting to. I also have to watch the Gundam, the new Gundam, new-ish Gundam, new Gundam. Here you go, Robo. Here's your robot. I haven't had time. I've got a lot of projects going on in the background right now, guys, which I hope you're very excited about, because I'm very excited about. So. Don't forget the maid outfit. So, yes. And for those who were wondering, because it was really, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna tell you guys, but it was really funny watching you guys trying to figure it out in the meat hall. But yes, when I move, for those who didn't see me talking about it this morning, when I move over to Twitch for my birthday stream, I will be staying on Twitch. So. There's that. There's that for you guys. Circle lesson before we finish cylinders. YouTube that bad? YouTube that bad. There was stuff before the TOS came out that I have issues with, and I was just gonna push through it because I wanted to at least spend 3 months on YouTube was my goal, at least. You know, unless, you know, it became a permanent thing. But then they changed their TOS. Like, what was it? January 6th or something like that. And that kind of put the nail in the coffin. So. I don't think I would run back to YouTube if Twitch changed their TOS. I don't know what Twitch could do in their TOS to make me run back to YouTube. To be honest with you. You can also bend your cylinders. Crazy, I know. Because the thing with YouTube that got me was the chargeback thing. It wasn't even the swearing thing, necessarily. It was the chargeback clause. Clause, is that the word for it? that they have. But bend them. I know, you can bend them, I know. Hello, Crusader! Because basically what happens, like, let's say I did, by some miracle, get monetized, right? But I have a stream up, and I swear in it, and YouTube, with their arbitrary swearing clauses that they have, decides I swear too much in it. Well, what they, with their new stuff now, is, that they can charge that. So, like, let's say I made, like, $100 off the stream that I swore in. They can now go on my other videos, even if I don't swear in them, and take the $100 back on a completely, on a completely different video. So, and it's, like, at their discretion. Yeah, it's big sketch. So, like, I'm like, oh, so I could put all, you know, I could do this work and everything and have one stream where I swear too much because it's, like, stressful for whatever reason. You know, maybe it's a horror stream or whatever. And then they're just funneling money off. Yeah. That was what killed me. That was the one that got me. It wasn't really the swearing so much, because I feel like I do okay with swearing, but it seems like they're, like, no swearing, or they're, because they said, so it's not that there's no swearing in their TOS, it's that it's streams that or videos that focus too much on the swearing, but, like, it's a very, like, arbitrary, generalized thing. So, like, there's videos that have, like, a couple swear words in them and they're getting demonetized, even though that wasn't, like, the focus of the video or anything like that. So, you know, I mean, I'm not monetized right now anyway, but it's just one of those things. So when I move over to Twitch, because I'm gonna keep making content for this channel, YouTube that I watch, so it's kind of convenient for me going back to Twitch. That said, you do it best for you. Yeah. I'm still gonna be making stuff for this channel. I'm still gonna be putting up shorts and long form content and things like that. It's just not gonna be streams. Streams are going back on Twitch, and then I'll put the VODs for the streams back on my other channel. Them not to pay out whatever they don't feel like it. That's exactly what it is. You know. Yeah, it's not a good loop, as they say. And, like, there's stuff on YouTube I like more than Twitch. There absolutely is. But there's a lot of stuff on YouTube that is extremely lacking as far as streams go. I wish Twitch would, like, learn from the positive aspects of YouTube streaming and implement that stuff. Like, I like being able to set up the stream ahead of time and have it showing as, like, up and coming. But I don't. I mean, just almost everything else is kind of garble. Yeah, the mods are almost non-existent too on YouTube, which is insane to me. That like, I know why corpo VTubers and streamers stream on YouTube, but I'm surprised they're able to, like, keep control of their stuff. Twitch does have a schedule thing, but, like, no one looks at it. It's so buried. I like your robot beaver. It's got a CRT TV on it. So, well, Bishoujo's the only corp that streams on Twitch. And they're kind of set up differently than the other ones, so this looks a little inappropriate. I look at schedules. Do you look at my Twitch schedule that I post on Twitch, or do you look at the schedule I post on Facebook? And here I was just getting used to YouTube's clipping UI. I'm sorry. Facebook, Discord, see? See? See, none of you look at the Twitch schedule. Let me see, what kind of eyes do I want this robot to have? This is just Rosie from the Jetsons, oh my god. I gotta make her non-Rosie from the Jetsons. How have robot maids been around that long? Robo's not original. Twitch functionality. Yeah, Twitch is, it's a lot easier to set up alerts and stuff in Twitch, too. Like, I'm having issues with alerts with YouTube, obviously. And they're working when I test them, and they're working on the end of, like, the actual alert software. But they're not actually working with YouTube, and I don't know why. And then the thing with like streaming on YouTube is you have to reset up chat every single time. That's why chat wasn't working. I had to reset up chat. I should just scroll through the schedule, but I have Discord open almost all the time. It pings. It was founded by one of the creators of Twitch. Of course, they're Twitch-based, yeah. So, the reason why most corpos, use YouTube though is because you can set up like a parent channel, like a parent admin thing, and then you can have your other little channels under it, and then your monetization goes to the parent channel. So like all the Hololive girls don't get their own monetization, it goes to the parent channel, and you can't do that on Twitch. So that's the main reason, I would imagine. But I think these shoujo, they're just different. They just function different than a normal, or like than your standard VTuber agency. That beach ball thing again? I don't know. I just drank water. Oh my god, you're gonna make him dig for the maid outfit? Robo, you're so cruel. That was like 2 years ago. I'll make it like a shiny eyes. I'll zoom in to make him shiny eyes. There, I made an entire robot out of bricks. Give her shiny eyes. I'm feeling goofy. Can't post links here. Oh, the other thing that annoys me with YouTube is you can't have emotes until you have 30,000 subs, which is insane to me. That's such an insane number. So that's one of those like that wasn't a make or break it kind of thing, but it was annoying. Yeah, you need to have 30K to have, like, you can have plugins and stuff, but you can't have like custom emotes until 30K. Oh no, Commissar's dead. We'll miss you, Kami. We'll miss you, Kami, mommy. Yeah. No, 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 no. I'm trying to think of what YouTube has that Twitch doesn't, because Twitch recently added the whole pins thing. I think the only thing that I really like, one, it saves your, I mean, just the fact that it saves your VODs and puts it out there, like, for people to actually go out and watch is nice. But the being able to set things like everything up and then having the thumbnail and stuff ahead of time is nice. So I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of keep that habit going with Twitch, and then that way it's all ready to go for the actual VOD. I did not see the Moist Critical song he put out recently. I didn't know he put out a song. I don't know what the moderating backend of YouTube looks like, but the Twitch dashboard for mods is pretty nice. Like to play people stuff too. Yeah, so the YouTube doesn't have a mod backend. It doesn't have anything. It has the chat. That's the shocking thing about it. Nothing. Yeah, that was well because when we had that bot situation the other day when I first started, and we couldn't ban him. That's because Kami didn't have like a mod panel, and then YouTube for some reason needed to not use the word ban, and they had the word block instead because they had to like do their own thing. They couldn't just do like normal people things. I don't know why I'm adding like a lip. So like we couldn't figure out how to ban him because there wasn't a command for ban. I did not give Rosie a diaper. It does look like, it do be looking like a diaper, but no, it's supposed to be like a lacy apron. This is Robo. Just now an air fryer. Woo! The biggest beef with Twitch so far is that none of the tutorials are up to date, so figuring out how to do anything at all feels like pure trial and error. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. A lot of it depends if you're using Streamlabs OBS or if you're using regular OBS too, though. For streaming. Yes. This is baby Robo. We use block, so it's okay. It's still part of the lesson. Right? Next week we'll use these shapes to build actual human beings. I think only the creator unban does make some sense, though. You should be able to pick mods you know won't unban someone who's problematic. Use Feather Duster. That's true. I just stream when I want to. I try to stay on a schedule because it makes it easier for people to find you. Sometimes it's annoying. It's annoying though. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to stream today. I'm like, better stay on your schedule. No. Someone said Feather Duster, so. We're gonna like put it like, like the clamp can't actually clamp down on it. I was streaming, I just did it when I wanted, but I was just streaming to talk to people that play games. Salmon? A thick ass Feather Duster. I seem to link up with Bully rather frequently despite that random schedule. I think if you're really looking for growth and to do like the streaming as like a regular thing, a schedule is important. If you're just doing it to like chill and hang out, then you know, be chill. But if you're like trying to grow, I think that's one of the easiest ways to fix your growth is to have a schedule. You know, and you know, there's no issue in changing the schedule if it's not working out. If you need to stream less or you feel like you can stream more. Spot on or something. That's the other thing. It seems like the YouTube notifications go out better than the Twitch notifications. You can now I can kind of add details and like make this more like a corrugated, is corrugated the right word? Corrugated pipe? Instead of just like a tube. Details. I like how this turned into a robot drawing stream. But this is what you can do with basic shapes. Yeah. Like I know YouTube has their like ring the notification bell thing, but it seems like more people get my notifications than on Twitch. I get them for stuff I don't want. Is robot drawing stream an issue? It's the biggest issue, Robo. I'm only doing this because you're here, and I'm happy you're here. Chips helped me with the pic I was drawing earlier. I'm gonna redo it. Yay! I'm glad it helped. It's great. I think what we'll do next week, just to blue ball you guys some more, is we'll draw animals instead of people. I feel like that'll be a little bit easier. I still won't have a timer up. We'll just kind of go... We'll kind of just go with what we're feeling, but... Boom. Android. No, not furry. No, not a furry like a camel or like a cat. Like a chicken. You know? Just like a normal chicken. Maybe we can give him like shoulder guards. I don't know. Look at this thing. Look at this crazy thing. On a plate. We're not drawing V's persona. V doesn't have a persona. Ta-da. I do not have a persona. It's a chicken. That's not a persona. That's an animal. It's different. It's just an animal. It's not a persona. I'm not going to explain to you guys a persona, but 85% of you are wrong on what a persona is. Beaver will explain it. I'm sure that's one thing he might know something about. Do not draw me a persona! Maybe Hawk would know. Hawk has a persona. Okay, trust tactical beats. That's... I'm trying to find someone. Oh yeah, I forgot. I might have to do a skeb. Maybe a skeb. Maybe skeb artist is annoying. What? For Natsu? Okay, that wasn't one that was offered. That wasn't one that was thrown out to me, so I'll take a look at him. Juniper's hands down the best designs I've seen in media. The Juniper Moth chick? Or am I thinking somebody else? She's insane. I love her work. I wish I could rig. I would probably have 13,000 models right now if I could actually rig. It's the only thing stopping me. But then I never do anything else. I would just draw models and rig. There, I think that's a robot. I think a robot's done. That's a good robot. There's lots of shapes in that robot. Ugh. Take some Wawa. Probably that amount of money too. Yeah. Yeah, cutting makes my head hurt. I don't mind cutting, it's just sometimes you really gotta like warp your brain to get to know like the right way to cut something. Like Kitsu's model was very hard. I had a lot of issues trying to figure out how to cut her model because she's got a tattoo on her arm, but it comes down over her elbow. So I had to cut both, but I had to cut them in a way that the rigger could warp it without wrecking the tattoo. We went back and forth on it quite a bit. Yeah, this is a good sketch page. It's Ketsu! Hi, Ketsu! I'm very excited for you guys to see your model. Very excited for it. I'm gonna hype the shit out of it. gonna have 3,000 viewers. Floofy friend. But yes, I think we're gonna call it a night there. I'll probably condense this one down. I don't know how. I don't have timers, but I'll try to take the chit-chatting out of it. And yeah. I don't have anything else to add tonight. My brain's a little fried. This was actually a lot of work. See? Fried. You guys feel like this was good, though? Like, I was a little nervous about this one because it was more simple stuff, but I feel like... Good stream, yes. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay. This one, I was a little nervous about doing this because it was relatively simple. So, you know, feel free to go back into the VOD. It'll be up right away and rewatch stuff. Draw along. I didn't want to draw, but I drew. Perfect. It worked. My plan. Good in general. I like the learning to draw stuff. The lack of time or goal did make it kind of hard to stay on task, especially towards the end. Okay. Good to know. Good feedback. Thank you, Arcus. I figured that this one we could go without a timer, but maybe in the future we'll use a timer. And I haven't touched the easel since Kitsu and your fan art. Yay! Good! This is great! You guys make me so happy. Having people draw along makes drawing a lot more fun. So, some of the shapes and bite. Yeah, I got some feedback last time that the timer was just too short in the way that, like, it's hard to get set up in time to draw. Then people are spending time, like, setting up as the timer was already going, so... necessary to have a timer so much as general goal in the actual one. Yeah, well, I'll figure out a good balance. We'll get there. Yeah, I think the 2-minute timer is maybe for more like down the line when things are a little bit more advanced and people are like ready. Only suggestion I have would be the last drawing to be a challenge everyone. Like a challenge to everybody, like everybody draws the last drawing. You can do that. Like, apply your knowledge kind of thing. We can do something like that. That sounds good. Alright, well, guys, thank you so much for coming. I will have my next schedule out on Sunday. It'll probably be Valheim again. And it'll be pretty similar. We'll do Valheim again, and we'll get prepped to hit up the Elder. So it'll be like a prep stream, and then the next stream will be Elder time, and then this, and then we'll do the full, we'll do bodies, shapes with bodies on the next drawing stream. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. Have a great night.